Today on the channel, we're back at it with a retro throwback Toy Biz Marvel Legends unboxing. One of my childhood favorites and one of my modern day favorites in Wolverine Weapon X Edition.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Legends unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we're back at it with Weapon X Wolverine. But for all your Weapon X Wolverine needs, hit up DJC Collectibles. Use discount code 8OFFDJC to save 8% off your entire order. Got to get a deal out there, and shout out to DJC Collectibles, the sponsor of the Kyle Peterson Show podcast, each and every Tuesday where podcasts are found. And I can't wait to dive into this Wolverine, because at first when this was announced earlier this year, I said, you know, that old Legend is pretty good. And it's a weird spot for longtime Legend collectors, as we're finally getting things like this Wolverine Weapon X back out there, re-released with some of the updated bells and whistles. And it's like, well, what do I do with my old one? Do I sell it? Do I pack it away, which I don't really do with my collection? Do I get rid of it? Do I find multiple shelves? That's one thing that's nice about a lot of Marvel Legend characters. You can put characters on different shelves if you want to. But Weapon X Wolverine, it's not like I'm going to have two different Weapon X setups. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. But this one does look like a heck of an improvement over the last one. And I like that they make it different outside of just the joints and the plastic. And we're going to compare it later in this video. So stay tuned for that. And of course, we're going to do this video like we do all the other videos on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, there's old Logan, there's old Weapon X, there's old Wolverine. Classic packaging, hitting me in the nostalgia feels. You know I'm here for that. Marvel Comics looking good. X-Men Weapon X. I remember just reading comics and reading the history of Wolverine as a little kid. I'm like, man, how bad would that hurt being Weapon X and getting those claws and the adamantium bonded to him? And then on the flip side, when Magneto ripped the adamantium out of him, I remember just thinking, man, that was wild when I was a kid. It's still wild now. And it'd be wild for a kid this day and age. 4 and up on here, you 3-year-olds, you're not ready for the story of Weapon X. But you 4-year-olds, sit down, let Uncle Kyle tell you a tale. That's what I'm going to say. But looking good here, high-tech training helmet. Okay, Wolverine Weapon X. On the back, no cross-sell, anything like that. This is available at Target, possibly, or DJC Collectibles once again. Wolverine looking good. Kidnapped by the Weapon X program, Mutant Wolverine barely survives the brutal experiments that bond adamantium to his skeleton, and the mind control meant to turn him into a feral killer. Wolverine Weapon X. Very, very cool, but we got all kinds of stuff to talk about with this one, so let's get him out of the package. Let's rip it open and rip it out. There we go. A little Spider-Man style. Bam! See you later, goodbye. Up high. See you later, goodbye. Plastic Wolverine prison. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy, which works for Wolverine. But I remember as a little kid, I was like, man, I wish Wolverine was bigger. I hate that he's always a little guy, but it really works when you think about it. So the more you know, the more you know. A lot of extra hands with Wolverine. I'm not opposed to that at all. Pull it out. Let's whip out our Wolverine. Maybe. There we go. Spider-Man style once again. And there it is. Wolverine. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's start with the accessories. Let's start with the extra hands first. We'll start with the claw hands. Love the claws on this one. Very rudimentary, and they almost look like, just looking at these hands here and the way the claws are coming out and just how the hands are kind of like this, it reminds you of Wolverine putting his claws out for like the first time with adamantium. The blood, the cruelty of it all. Looking very nice. I like that. Now we do get unclawed hands here. You get a regular splayed out hand. Look to be the same over there. And a Wolverine Fist of Fury. When the adamantium claws don't work, the bone claws don't work, the Fists of Fury come out for Wolverine. All the way fighting out of Canada, we got Wolverine, old James Howlett, Logan, well, whatever you want to call him for the day, Weapon X in this instance here. But now, diving into it, and I was going to say, what happened to that extra head? There it is. But you got Wolverine, you got that Weapon X helmet going on. Got a little bit of grin and bear it there. Got some beautiful sideburns. As usual, compare those to one Mike Nesmith, one of the all-time great sideburn artists of all time. Shout out to Mike Nesmith, always a favorite of mine as well. Looking good with the helmet. It's Weapon X helmet all day long. Looking very, very nice on those. Got the hair coming out the back as well. And then this head here, very interesting, is you do got those effect pieces, I guess, that kind of go up over his face. Those are removable, though. I didn't realize that. So this is basically Wolverine without the helmet on. Got those sideburns. Got a very stoic-looking face. Got a couple of gadgets stuck onto his forehead. Hard times, if I ever saw it. He does got the crazy Wolverine hair up kind of on the sides. For the moment in my life, I was probably 20 years old. I had the Wolverine hairdo. I kind of even put the hairspray up there to get that thing going. It was a look. Let me tell you, the ladies loved it. Loved it. Oh, they loved it. But it looks good here. But you got those little shock collars. I don't know what you call that around the face, but you should be able to. Yep, you can. You can unplug these wires. Wires, the bane of my existence for many a times as a kid. Still kind of are with G.I. Joe and Marvel Legends. But you can plug that into this head sculpt here or this effect pieces as well. But really a yin and yang on the head department. And if you have the old Logan Weapon X, maybe worth using this head. You could maybe flip, flop, and fly if you really needed to as well. So we're going to compare that here in a little bit. But looking good, all things considered in the head department. Like that we got two options with that one. Diving into the figure, you do got that little, I don't know, vest. I don't even know why he's wearing this little strap over the top. Looks a little bit strange. Not sure the reasoning for that. He does got a belt here all in brown, and then you got some big computer files, some hard drives. I don't know what this would technically be, dangling off of that. You got green and blue wires connecting him. He's being monitored, and you remember him being like underwater in that like chamber type thing, that like Luke Skywalker hyperbaric chamber. That's what it reminds me of with this Wolverine. I need to buy one of those. I've seen people make like custom versions of those. It'd be cool to put this Wolverine or the last Wolverine in one of those on display, possibly. I know there's people on eBay and like Etsy that sell those things as well. Wolverine's got a very interesting hair all over him. So it almost looks like somebody got a pencil and just polka dotted him all over. Not sure if this would work with real fur, but we do know Wolverine, one of the hairiest individuals of all time in the X-Men group. I guess Beast has him beat. Beast has him beat for sure. And some of the other ones, Feral and them. Now, he does got the claws on here. It looks like these claws are removable if you need to. I actually prefer the claws over here. These look a little bit better to me. These are a little bit, dare I say, wonky? A little wonky, like they're going to come out, they're going to fall out. Nothing worse than losing a claw, as we know. And Wolverine, he's got claws. He can use them. We know that back from the Toy Biz days. But I talked about the wires, the blue wires in the back. He's got some brown underwear on, looking interesting. Articulation, you got butterfly shoulders on here, arms all the way around, but you do get limited by some of these wires here. So you're not going to just be whipping them back and forth, much like other Weapon X's we've seen over the years. Bicep cut, double jointed, pinless elbows, hands back and forth side to side, head back and forth side to side. That wire popped out on me, so that could happen to you if you're not careful. You do got a nice ab crunch there, waist articulation. Very ratchety. You can hear the ratchets on this guy. Big old Wolverine splits if you need them. Pretty good movement out of those. Leg goes up for the big kick. Double jointed, pinless knees, playing all the hits. Bare feet down here, back and forth, side to side, up and down. Our usual Marvel Legends articulation, but interesting on that hair. Once again, I talked about that pencil all over. It's on the chest, the arms, the legs. Just really all over the place. It's like they shaved him down before surgery and then he's regrowing it. I guess is what you could play with your own brain if you need to. He does hopefully fit, and he does on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Does one Weapon X. Oh, he's got a tough day at the office being Weapon X, but a fun looking figure right here. And we did get the one from back in the day. How much reuse we got? Yeah, we definitely got some reuse here on some of the computer stuff, but we got black underwear here, brown underwear over here. We got that vest going on, but different vest on this one. We do got the same wrist type gauntlets there, but nothing connected. No, they are connected. So a lot of similarities between these two. Now the helmet is different with the face, the sculpting. He's got more of a paintbrush chest hair effect, and that's about it. A little bit down on the legs. Definitely different on that. You got the pinless joints on the new one. I'm always here for some pinless joints. A lot of similarities between the two, but the cool thing is I'm leaning towards popping this head off and using the second head on this one. make them different as possible. That's always something I like to do, and I think I'll probably do that with here. But to me, this old one still holds up. The thing that holds this back a little bit is the pinless joints, or the pin joints. You know me, I'm here for pinless. I do prefer that, but still not a bad one. And if you're on the fence, I think this is still perfectly serviceable for your collection. But if you miss this, don't have this, whatever the reason, this might be something you need in your collection. And it does set an interesting precedent. Are we going to get all these Wolverines all re-released all over again? I hope not. I hope we get more Wolverines we've had that we haven't had in the past instead of just retread. But it's all about the money at the end of the day. If they can make the money, and let's be honest, some of the deep cut looks don't pay out like the traditional looks. So we know how that's going. I have to imagine a maximum Wolverine is around the corner. I could see that in the blue suit, the blue and yellow suit, and the brown suit. I could see those coming to us sometime in the future. We'll see what happens, but Weapon X is here. The future is now. Be interested to hear your thoughts on this figure in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on Weapon X. Did you need this in your collection? Are you picking this one up? Once again, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, TheKylePetersonShow @gmail.com is where you can find me. And then, of course, the Kyle Peterson Show podcast. How dare I forget? Available every Tuesday where podcasts are found. And even more content on Patreon and YouTube channel memberships. So for Weapon X, I'm Weapon Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we going to dance or are we going to play?